Yes. Songs on.
Good opening for a
Go to sleep, maybe sweet dreams come true. Just lay back in my arms for one more night. I'm this crazy old ocean that calls me sometimes, saying this one, oh, your life. 'Cause
everybody can rise.
Our love will never grow. When you wake up, the world will change. But you destiny, I never falter.
I've never gotten verklempt this soon, but both beautiful. Both beautiful. Welcome to the marriage ceremony of Emma Gifford Howard and Christopher Richard Ancona. Emma and Chris, in their devotion, respect, and love for each other, wish to unite in marriage and to dedicate themselves to each other's happiness and well-being for the rest of their lives. They have asked all of you, their friends and family who are so important to them, to bear witness, to support, and to bless this important and joyful step. Please be seated. To begin the ceremony, Emma and Chris would like to thank all of you here who have traveled from near and far for coming to share in their joy and happiness on this very special day. You have all played a very special role in their lives. Each of you has touched them in some significant way. A special thanks from the bride and groom for all your love, support, and friendship over the years. And Gail Gifford, Jonathan Howard, and Richard and Vicki Ancona, they would especially like to honor and recognize you. Your unconditional love and support have inspired them to become who they are today. To you they offer their deepest gratitude, for they recognize that without you this day would not be possible. So Emma and Chris share a love of food and travel. As they were looking for readings that spoke about how to share a life around food and adventure, they found that many people have written about the marriage of one extraordinary couple, Julia and Paul Child. The following remarks are condensed from essays by Paul Prudhomme and Ruth Reichel. These remarks are particularly meaningful and inspiring to Emma and Chris, and offer a way to express in this ceremony their desires and goals for their own marriage. So I'll begin the quotes. The more I knew Julia, the more I wished I had known Paul. He was responsible for everything I did, she once told me. And when I look at Julia's kitchen, it is Paul who comes to mind. The real adventure began when she met Paul. It changed her life, and by extension, all of ours. Until she met her future husband, Julia had never given much thought to food. She learned to cook to please Paul, attempting to seduce him with her kitchen prowess. She liked to tell the story of how she had, in her early attempts at cooking, exploded a duck and set her oven on fire. Did you ever do that? Paul Child was 60 years old when he retired. He could, according to his wife, do just about anything. Up to this point in their union, his career had dominated their lives as Julia followed him. His intention on coming home was to retire to the world of art. But after the success of Julia's book, the two reversed roles, and he threw himself into her life with the enthusiasm with which she had shared his. Julia was always careful to use we rather than I in talking about her career. Paul had been her inspiration and mentor and was essential to her success. She'd say, not everybody realizes that Paul and I are a team and that we work together on menus and dishes. That attitude for its time was truly remarkable. But Paul Child was an extremely confident man. Whatever it is, I will do it, he told Julia. In the French chef cookbook, Julia thanked him this way. Paul Child, the man who was always there. Porter, dishwasher, onion chopper, photographer, editor, fish illustrator, taster, resident poet, and husband. When I look at Julia's kitchen, I see more than the place that welcomes so many people into the joys of cooking. I see the legacy of a remarkable couple, redefining what a marriage might be. Julia herself described the institution of marriage as a lovely intertwining of life, mind, and soul. For us, the kitchen is the soul of our house, she told the Smithsonian as her kitchen was being packed up for the National Museum of American History. If we could just have the kitchen and the bedroom, that would be all we needed. When they hosted dinner parties, Paul and Julia would plan a menu and shop together. She would cook, while he chopped vegetables, set the table, make cocktails, poured wine, and helped with the serving. At the end of an evening, they would share pot scrubbing, floor mopping, and trash removal. We always finished our individual tasks at the same time, because I suppose we did everything that was needed to be done together. Julia said, two are so much faster than one. So these comments truly illustrate how a cooperative marriage can be a venture between two incredible people lucky enough to have found each other, very much like Emma and Chris. So Emma and Chris, in the time you've been together, you've learned to work together, to laugh together, to love together. The joys you discover as you continue to pursue your shared life will prepare you to face head-on the challenges that you encounter. On your journey together, following the example of Paul and Julia, keep your spouse in the highest space, in the space of highest priority in your heart. The love you share must be guarded and cherished, for it is your most valuable treasure. So Emma's brothers Sam and Alex will now do a reading, How Falling in Love is Like Owning a Dog.
First of all, it's a big responsibility, especially in a city like New York. So think long and hard before deciding on love. On the other hand, love gives you a sense of security. When you're walking down the street late at night and you have a leash on love, ain't no one gonna mess with you. Because crooks and muggers think love's unpredictable. Who knows what love can do in its own defense? On cold winter nights, love is warm. It lies between you and lives and breathes and makes funny noises. Love wakes you up all hours of the night with its needs. It needs to be fed so it will grow and stay healthy. Love doesn't like being left alone for long, but come home and love is always happy to see you.
You may break a few things accidentally in this passion for life, but you can never be mad at love for long. Sometimes love just wants to go out for a nice long walk. Because love loves exercise. It will run you around the block and leave you panting, breathless, pull you in different directions at once, or wind itself around and around you until you're all wound up and you cannot move. But love makes you meet people wherever you go. People have nothing in common but love. Stop and talk to each other on the street. Throw things away and love will bring them back. Again and again and again. But most of all, love needs love. Lots of it. And in return, love loves you and never stops.
In 2015, the Supreme Court ruled that all persons have a right to marry. It was a remarkable and exciting moment in history. The words of Justice Kennedy are a true testimonial to the evolution of one of life's most universally celebrated institutions. Here are some excerpts from that reading. The lifelong union of a couple has always promised nobility and dignity to all persons without regard to their station in life. Marriage is sacred to those who live by their religions and offers unique fulfillment to those who find meaning in the secular realm. Its dynamic allows two people to find a life that could not be found alone. For a marriage becomes greater than just the two persons. Rising from the most basic human needs, marriage is essential to our most profound hopes and aspirations. Choices about marriage shape an individual's destiny. It fulfills yearnings for security, a safe haven, and a connection that express our common humanity. Civil marriage is an esteemed institution, and the decision whether and whom to marry is among life's most momentous acts of self-definition. The nature of marriage is that, through its enduring bond, two persons together can find other freedoms such as expression, intimacy, and spirituality. No union is more profound than marriage, for it embodies the highest ideals of love, fidelity, devotion, sacrifice, and family. In forming a marital union, two people become something greater than they once were. Marriage responds to the universal fear that a lonely person might call out, only to find no one there. It offers the hope of companionship, and understanding and assurances that while both still live, there will be someone to care for the other. So now are you two ready to get married? Good. I have some questions for you. Emma and Chris, have you both come here to enter into marriage without coercion, freely and wholeheartedly? Yes.
We have.
Are you both prepared as you follow the path of marriage to love, honor, and honor each other for as long as you both shall live?
We are.
And Chris, do you take Emma to be your wife? To take her as she is, loving who she is now and who she is yet to become? Do you promise to listen to her and learn from her, to support her and accept her support? Will you celebrate her triumphs and mourn her losses as though they were your own? Will you love her and have faith in your love for her through all your years and all that life may bring? If so, please say, I do.
I do.
And Emma, do you take Chris to be your husband, to take him as he is, loving who he is now and who he is yet to become? Do you promise to listen to him, to learn from him, to support him and accept his support? Will you celebrate his triumphs and mourn his losses as though they were your own? Will you love him and have faith in your love for him through all your years and all that life may bring? If so, please say, I do. And now time for your vows. Repeat after me, Chris. I take you, Emma, to be my wife,
I take you, Emma, to be my wife,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for better, for worse,
for richer, for poorer,
for richer, for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and honor you
to love and honor you
all the days of our life.
all the days of my life.
Emma, please repeat after me. I take you, Chris, to be my husband,
I take you, Chris, to be my husband,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for better, for worse,
for richer, for poorer,
for richer, poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and honor you
to love and honor you
all the days of our life.
all the days of our life.
So now, friends of Emma and Chris will read a poem.
Pine Island Paradox by Captain Dean Moore. To love a person and a place means at least this.
Number 1, to want to be near it physically.
Number 2, to want to know everything about it. Its story, its moods, what it looks like by moonlight.
Number 3, to rejoice in the fact of it.
Number 4, to fear its loss and grieve its embrace.
Number 5, to protect it fiercely, mindlessly, futilely, and maybe tragically, but to be helpless to do otherwise.
Number 6, to be transformed in its presence, lifted, light around your feet, transparent, open to everything beautiful and new.
Number 7, to want to be joined with it, taken in by it, lost in it.
Number 8, to want the best for it.
Number 9, desperately.
Number 10, I read in my notebook, to love a person or a place is to take responsibility for its well-being.
So I'll read the author's final words, so you don't have to keep the book. It's right here. I know there's something important missing from this list, but I'm struggling to put it into words. Loving isn't just a state of being, it's a way of acting in the world. Love isn't a sort of bliss, it's a kind of work. To love a person is to act lovingly toward him, to make his needs my own. To love a place is to care for it, to keep it healthy, to attend to its needs. Obligation grows from love. It is the natural shape of caring. If comfortable, will you all please rise? Two people in love do not live in isolation. Their love is a source of strength with which they may nourish not only each other, but the world around them. And in turn, we, their community of friends and family, have a responsibility to this couple. By our steadfast care, respect, and love, we can support their marriage and the new family they're creating today. Will you, who are present here today, surround Emma and Chris in love, offering them the joys of your friendship and supporting them in their marriage? If so, say, we will.
We will.
Please do so. The wedding ring is a symbol of eternity. It is an outward sign of commitment and a spiritual bond that unites two hearts in endless love. Now, these particular rings are also significant in another way. They represent Emma and Chris's journey together. Both from Rhode Island, Emma moved to LA while Chris moved to Brooklyn. And then Emma moved to New York for Chris, follow me here, and Chris moved to California. New York, California. Emma's ring is from Brooklyn and Chris's ring is from Los Angeles. Start with you. And you can put it on his finger and repeat after me. With this ring, I do wed.
With this ring, I do it.
Take it as a sign
Take it as a sign
of my everlasting and unconditional love.
of my everlasting and unconditional love.
With all that I am
With all that I am
and all that I have,
and all that I have,
from this day forward as your husband.
from this day forward as your husband.
Always happens. Gotta give it a little twist. And after me, with this ring I be wed.
With this ring, I be wed.
Take it as a sign
Take it as a sign
of my everlasting and unconditional love.
of my everlasting and unconditional love.
With all that I am
With all that I am
and all that I have,
and all that I have,
from this day forward as your wife.
from this day forward as your wife.
I'm not married yet. Before I pronounce you married partners, I have just one more thing I want to know. Your wedding day is a day full of emotion and one that will seem to fly by. So I want you to take a few seconds, think about where you are right now, who you're with, how you're feeling at this moment. As Paul Child once wrote, how fortunate we are at this moment in our lives, each doing what he most wants in a marvelously adapted place, close to each other, superbly fed and housed, with excellent health. So Emma and Chris, it is now my honor and privilege to pronounce you husband and wife. You may seal your vows with a kiss.